Boston, when you almost forget to cut the nets, you know you're really damn good. Villanova's 71-59 victory against Texas Tech on Sunday afternoon in the East Regional Final was rugged and skittish. After it was over, and after the team had walked off the podium and hoisted its latest trophy, Villanova players unintentionally revealed how businesslike, how ordinary, they considered the outcome. Wildcats junior Michael Bridges tucked the East Regional hardware beside his chest and aimlessly made his way around one end of the floor. Jalen Brunson and other Wildcats snaked behind Bridges, moving through the media horde taking up much of the court. "Guys, to the locker room," Brunson said. And then a Villanova staffer reminded them, "Hey, you get to cut the nets," so they did. And it was a fun but also sort of subdued ceremony. This is a team with bigger plans. Brunson, Bridges, Phil Booth, Dante DiVincenzo and Eric Paschal, those 5 of the Wildcats' top 6 players were a part of the 2016 National Championship squad. The nets they want to cut are dangling in San Antonio, not Boston. The traditional, Elite 8 winning ritual every team goes through simply appears to be another motion in the process of what might wind up being inevitable, a second national title in 3 years for Villanova basketball. As his Wildcats eventually got on the ladder and snipped the twine, Coach Jay Wright was goofily smiling like a proud papa and yelled talking into the phone near the team's bench. And how happy and playful he looked, you would think he might have been on the phone with a grandchild or beloved youngster. It was Josh Hart, the 2017 All-American and current Los Angeles Lakers rookie, FaceTiming with his coach and his program. Half the team treated the post-game celebration in the arena like a casual cookout. Freshmen Omari Spellman, Colin Gillespie, Jermaine Samuels and others climbed 10, 20 rows up into the stands to chat with friends and family members, twine tied to their hats and taking selfies. The players eventually got back to the locker room ahead of Wright and Brunson, who was the last guy off the floor. As the players waited for their coach, they held hands and were in faux prayer, then revealed their watery weapons in the forms of uncapped Dasani water bottles and doused the best-dressed man in college basketball right after he got in. A soggy-suited Wright did his interviews disheveled, which is to say his tie was just barely loosened and his hair only somewhat out of place. A good suit ruined was worth the cost of this kind of win. Villanova had its laundry dirtied and won in a way that used to be how this program defined itself. It was a throwback victory. Dante DiVincenzo was redshirting when Villanova won the 2016 title. USATSI What Villanova did to Texas Tech on Sunday was frightening. The Wildcats entered the game shooting 59.1% from two-point range and 40.5% from three. They rated, and still do, as the best defense in college basketball. No. 1 in adjusted offensive efficiency at 127.5 points per 100 possessions. Villanova's never been this good under Wright. Through 3 tournament games, Villanova set a record with 44 three-pointers, winning by an average of 21.3 points and blowing the doors off Radford, Alabama and West Virginia. They looked like the best team in the field, but Texas Tech was going to be a different challenge. The Red Raiders mucked up the game up and induced Villanova into one of its worst showings, cosmetically, of the season. The Wildcats were brutal from three-point range, making only 4 of 24 attempts. From two-point range, Villanova shot merely 15 of 33. The Wildcats had 12 turnovers and only 7 assists. It still won by 12. A team that had re-established itself this month as a title favorite got kicked in the shins and tugged back down to earth by a well-coached Texas Tech club that was trying to win with its best player, Keenan Evans, laboring through a busted toe. Despite shooting 33% from the field, Villanova still got to 71 points against the most athletic team it's faced all season. It's gross how good this team can be even when it's ordinary on offense. That was definitely our best defensive effort of the year, Wright said. Rebounding won the day. Villanova snagged 50% of its misses, accounting for its best defensive rebounding performance of the season. Villanova went more than 11 minutes in the first half without allowing Texas Tech to grab an offensive rebound. We really got whipped on the boards, Texas Tech coach Chris Beard said. We haven't got out-rebounded like that all year. It's a real problem. And we just fouled too much. Combine it with Villanova's talent level, and the Wildcats are the even odds favorite heading into San Antonio. Brunson, who wouldn't wobble in an earthquake, is the most reliable player in college basketball. After the game, he had an embrace with his father, Rick, an assistant with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Rick Brunson warned his son that he wouldn't get to see Jalen play unless they made the Elite Eight because of Rick's NBA schedule. Brunson was born into a basketball family, but it never came easy. That work ethic and mindset is why Villanova's coach is dubbed Brunson, the ultimate Villanova basketball player. When they recruited him, assistant Ashley Howard said, "The thing about Jalen is, he's one of those rare players that doesn't want any of the credit, doesn't really want the attention, but he wants the responsibility of running our team, being our leader, having the ball in his hands." Howard said, "He plays with a fire deep within. Always a straight face, a flat line, steady, but there's a boil underneath. Reliable, the same guy every day, nothing changes."